Machiavelli Mills TV. I want to take the time out to make this video. I'm sitting here, I was watching Love Don't Cost a Thing with my lady earlier, and I just got to give all the credit and respect to Nick Cannon's name, man. Nick Cannon is a boss if I ain't never seen it, man. I always have had a tremendous amount of respect for Nick Cannon because he's never tried to be anybody else but himself. People always used to call him lame in the hood, or he corny, he lame, he a cornball, and he ain't this and he ain't that. He weird, he do weird stuff. But he always stayed true to himself. He ain't try to act hard. He ain't try to act hood. He ain't try to try to be somebody he not. He ain't try to live in an image that's not him. His father is like one of the, from what I heard, his father like a street legend in San Diego for starting like a blood set. His father started a blood set in San Diego. He ain't never tried to get no credibility off of his pop street cred. Because a lot of dudes would have did that. A lot of dudes would have tried to have attached themselves to the street label or some type of street credibility to get their name popping. He never did that. He's a businessman. My man always in different type of business ventures. I heard that he owned like Nick Jr., which is dope. Like everybody watched Nick Jr. Like my daughter was watching Nick Jr. when she was a kid all the time. Nick got his hands in that. We already know what he does. He always hosting all these different shows, award shows. He's hosting all these different singing and talent shows all the time. He's always called because he's really good at what he does. He's a well-spoken man. He can clean up, wear a clean suit, but he's charismatic, and I think that's something that always he's charismatic and he comes to work. That's what keeps him relevant and keeps him having jobs all the time because they know when Nick comes, he takes pride in his work and he's going to do a great job. We know what he got with Wild 'N Out. I always got to acknowledge what he does with Wild 'N Out because he's put so many black entertainers on, and from having Wild 'N Out, he put on battle rap artists, Conceited and Hitman Holla. Like I knew them way before Wild 'N Out even started. I was watching their battles. And for him to put battle rappers that got a unique talent in that forum so they can display it during the Wild Style battles, I thought that was dope, man. Just imagine how big Hitman Holla and Conceited's brand has grown since being on Wild 'N Out. Now I know they already had their popular audience with the battle rap stuff, but it's a lot of people that never even heard of Conceited or Hitman Holla. Like, and now they all on everybody's radar. He put so many different comedians in positions to win. He put a host of different people in positions to win all the time. He putting on social media famous people that are social media comics. He putting them in position to gain a wider audience to show their talent to the world. Just hilarious, and so many others, man. What's the other dude? Emmanuel Hudson. So many different people he's put in position to win, and I think that's noble, and I think that's brilliant, man. He's always a person that got all different type of creative ideas going. Jason Weaver, y'all know Jason Weaver, Love Ambition when he was younger. Jason Weaver from Smart Guy, Jason Weaver who was Teddy on ATL, Jason Weaver who was Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 miniseries, Jason Weaver who sung I Just Can't Wait to Be King on The Lion King. He said he had to give his respects all the way to Nick Cannon, man. Nick Cannon was a guy. He was on Drumline with Nick Cannon, and he's like, I recognize the talent that is Nick Cannon, man. He's a talented dude, and he don't never try to put himself in drama all the time. Like my man's, he stay low. He always had a pretty woman on his arm. I say that about Nick. Always had a pretty woman on his arm at all times. But he about his business, man. He don't try to get into all the other stuff. He don't try to be like I respect the man that's true to himself through and through, is what I'm saying. Any man that always sticks to his guns, sticks to what he knows, but sticks to what's authentic to him. Never, because I'm telling y'all, man, I hate when dudes try to fake it, try to act like they so hood, try to act like they so tough, so street, and they get exposed in the end. Nick Cannon, on the other hand, always been who he is, and I'm confident in himself, which is why he can do things that other people wouldn't do or can't do. And people in the hood call him corny all the time and all of that, and I'll be like, nah, man, that's a stand-up brother. Always looking out for people. I've always heard stories about Nick Cannon looking out for this person, that person. When Nick Cannon say he gonna do something, he does it. He really working on that Dr. Sebi documentary. He wasn't just saying it for clout or for attention. He never says things for clout or for attention. And what I feel, and I think that is respectable. He's always trying to dibble and dabble in different things to challenge himself and advance as a man. And he's for the betterment of black people, which is something that y'all know I stand firm on and I salute. Especially with he's never quiet on social issues that black people face. He's never quiet on any issues, even addressing pedophilia in the black community that we've seen from certain popular artists. He never shied away from he don't hold his tongue about it or nothing like that. He openly speaks out about black issues, and he's not scared to be black, even though he's in the entertainment industry. So many different artists are afraid to speak their mind about black issues because they don't want to be blackballed. They don't want to lose their job. They don't want to risk this or risk that. Nick Cannon has turned away from millions and millions of dollars from shows because he feel like certain things were against his integrity. Certain things were against his moral compass. Certain things that he's like, he's not going to do certain things just for the bag. Nick Cannon takes his integrity more serious than the bag. And any man that takes his core values seriously more than money, that holds their integrity and their core values above money, I have to salute, man. I have to salute. Nick, I'm telling y'all, man, I really respect Nick. I remember when dudes was trying to clown Nick Cannon for defending his wife at the time, Mariah Carey, against Eminem, and Nick, stay in your place, you cornball, and all these dudes that was like corny dudes that was like Eminem super fans. Like, of course that man gonna defend his wife. What man wouldn't? Of course. So I respected that. And wasn't nobody like Nick is a solid dude, man. He wasn't worried about Eminem and nothing like that. He was defending his wife as he should have, man. But I got a lot of respect for the brother, man. Always doing great things, always giving back. What he give back to Flint, the Flint water crisis, all of that, man. He always putting his hands in the black community and helping out and helping to put people on and advancing forward. Nick, when I be finding out Nick did this, Nick did, I'm like, damn, man. Nick is just like, he is the money, man. Nick is for real. He is about his business and he's about helping people. And so many people have gotten great opportunities from being around him or being associated with him. Even an artist from Chicago, when they did the Chiraq movie, and you can feel how you want to feel about the Chiraq movie involving Spike Lee. A lot of people didn't care for it. I personally have never seen it at all. But when that movie was coming about, Lil Durk had an artist named Hypno Carlito. And Nick was like, yeah, we can do some stuff together. Now, he was like, I took him up on his word, but sometimes people be lying and saying we can work together and all of that, but it really be industry talk. He like, no, Nick Cannon had me do several songs for the Chiraq soundtrack. Like, for real, he was meeting up with me, and to this day, I see Nick Cannon commenting on Hypno Carlito's page, telling him this song is fire, that song is fire, supporting him, all of that. But he talked to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon put him in position to be on the Chiraq soundtrack. Now, we didn't hear. Now, a lot of us didn't hear it, but it's the same time. There's something that says something about a man that keeps his word when they talking. Like, he's telling you something, he keeps his word because Hollywood dudes don't do that. He kept his word, had him on the soundtrack. Hypno Carlito did his part, did his thing, laid it down, and all of that. And the thing is, Nick Cannon, Hypno Carlito took advantage of an opportunity, but Nick Cannon threw him the bone. And I respect guys that throw individuals the bone. Like, look, throw me that alley-oop, man. I'm just trying to make it. Throw a brother that alley-oop. And Nick Cannon did that, man. Shout out to Nick Cannon. Keep doing what you're doing. I know you ain't going to see this video, but I really got a lot of respect for Nick. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.